Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is 𝕰𝖚𝖚𝖚. I'm a full-time artist and journal enthusiast. And today I wanted to do a Techo kaigi. I'm quite late. I figure better late than never. So I have three journals that I'm using this year. The Hobonichi Weeks, the Kinbor A6, and also a custom-made Hobonichi notebook, grid notebook that I cut down to size to a B6, and I use this one as a bullet journal. This one first started as a commonplace notebook, and it's now an everything notebook. And this one is mostly for memory keeping and task tracking, and also a little bit of planning. So let's just start with the bullet journal. Okay, so when I first started this one, I I really wanted something that could that had the Tomoe River paper because it's so fountain pen friendly and I absolutely love writing on this paper. But then A5 was too big and A6 was too small. So what I did is I just cut down the A5 notebook to B6 size, and it's honestly the best size for me. So let's do a little flip through. So yeah, I started this one in May, and I don't use it a lot, but every time my other planners don't have the layout that I need, then I can do it in there since it's heavily customizable. So I will always do a monthly like this, track some important dates, appointments, and things like that. I also really like to do a little collage for each month. And yeah, I like to write down things um, like research or brain dumps and just things that I reflect on. And this is my vertical weekly layout that I tried. Um, I really like weekly layouts. It's just that the horizontal format is a bit hard to use when you have a lot of tasks to complete in a day. So I decided to give it a try, and I really, really love this format. So what I do is I write all of my tasks, and then once the day's over, I will draw a line and then reflect on the day, write a little bit about what happened, or if anything is worth mentioning, I will put it there. And yeah, I really like the way it turned out. And yeah, I've kept this the same layout for all of my weekly pages. Oops. This is back when I had my Korean skincare routine hyperfixation. So I ordered a bunch of new skincare products, and at first I thought I would print out little pictures of them, but I decided it would be way more fun to paint them. So I made these little tiny paintings of all the products, and there I wrote down my skincare routine for morning, evening, and weekly, and also a little note about every key ingredients and what they do. Yeah, as you can see, sometimes I won't do anything besides the monthly, And this is what I really like about bullet journaling, is that if you don't feel like doing dailies or weeklies or anything, you can just skip it. It's all right, and you don't have to deal with blank pages. I know it's not that big of a deal, but for me personally, it's always a bit demotivating to see blank pages. So yeah, another weekly. And sometimes when I don't have anything to write, I will just paste pictures or make some doodles. I also incorporated this technique of brain dump and not now list. As you may know, I have ADHD, and whenever I'm working on something, my brain is quite unfocused and scattered on everything that's happening in my head. And it's very common for me to do a task, my brain pops up an idea, and I will just leave the task behind and pursue that idea and start doing something else completely. And it makes me drained. It's not sustainable for my mental health to do that, because then I skip between 10 different tasks in an hour and I feel all over the place and tired. And yeah, so I decided that I needed something to fix that problem. And it's a simple list, actually. So whenever my brain pops up an idea, instead of acting on it directly, I will just write it down on this spread. So yeah, that way I won't jump from a task to another and yeah, drain my energy. And yeah, this is a little experiment that I did because if you know, I'm French Canadian and my first language is French. And for some reason, I stopped writing in French. I don't know. I felt like it was cringe and I didn't like it. And I really wondered why, because I sometimes struggles to express myself in English because it doesn't come that naturally to me, but I always do it. And I decided to try just for science to write in French, and it felt so much more flowy and natural. And now I'm wondering why I spent so many years forcing myself to write in English instead of my native language. um, I don't know. I guess I just like the look of English, and I won't throw it away completely. I will definitely still write in English, but I want to also teach myself that writing in French is not cringe. It's my language, so I should really embrace it. And for some reason, I think my handwriting is neater when I write in French. So yeah, this is the bullet journal. And now for the Kinbor. So like I mentioned, this one started as a commonplace, and then I realized that I really don't commonplace that much. So it's quite empty. I don't use the monthlies. I just did this little collage once and never continued. Some video game notes. Yeah, more personal stuff. There I made the reflection about my favorite artist and what I like about their art. So see, I'm still not done. Other video game notes. And yeah, okay, so I don't use the date. So whatever is written is not something that happened on that particular date. It's just like randomly used. And yeah, this is when I really started to use it for pretty much anything. Some paintings, um, movie review. There I started a collage of my Commander Magic the Gathering deck that I didn't finish. She's so cute. I love her. And yeah, but blank pages, blank pages, blank pages, and there more reflections, more reflections. There I attempt to make something that takes the date into consideration, but I didn't stick with it. Some collage, more reflection, currently inked. Oh, and I realized that this didn't change. Yeah. Dildoodles? More blank pages. I know I won't finish this book, and it's okay. I, you know, I set up myself for failure when I ordered this one because in 2025 I had the combo of the Hobonichi A6 with the Weeks, and it didn't work. I didn't use the A6 like at all from April to the rest of the year. So yeah, I just I don't know. I got the Kinbor because it was cute, and yeah, kind of like this page though. And I think that's it. Yeah. So yeah, if you are looking for a dupe to the Hobonichi Techo A6, this is it. It's the paper is very nice, and yeah, the overall look is pretty much identical to the Hobonichi Techo. The only difference is that all the grid and monthly numbers are gray, which to me is better than the Hobonichi because having the grid a different color for each month um, really didn't do it for me. So yeah, if you're considering moving away from Hobonichi because of the prices or whatnot, I highly recommend this one. And don't do as I do. Order the clear cover with the notebook. I got it separately from another seller, and it obviously doesn't fit. So yeah. And now for the Hobonichi Weeks. I also did the mistake to order um, a third party clear cover, and it also doesn't fit perfectly, but it's okay. I don't mind. I started using the monthlies for some memory keeping and pictures that I took that month, and I didn't keep up with it. Yeah, I stopped after 2 months. Then these you already saw in my other videos. My 2026 bingo, and then just a little reflection, and also another collage. And there the weekly spread starts. And I've been very consistent with this journal. I've been using it every week. and I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again. But like, I use these this page to write down task appointments, um, task tracking. So most of the time, what I will do is just write what I did that day, um, instead of writing what I should do. And sometimes, yeah, I use the left page to paste down some photos and stickers and make a list of my weekly tasks. And I've been using it the same way throughout the weeks. And it's working. It's a system that works for me. I think it just has become a little bit um, redundant. Like it's always the same layout, always the same format. But I mean, I use it, so it's a win in my book. And I also try not to beat myself down too much if some weeks are not as filled as usual. So you see, I didn't have much to write on this page, so I just pasted down some big pictures and called it a day. And see here, I could have felt really annoyed by this blank space, but who cares? It's okay. And there, yeah, okay, so starting this week, I didn't have a lot of energy to write down things, so I just made a collage all over the spread. And I did that for a couple of weeks after. Oh, yeah, no, wait. I tried to use it as a vertical planner, and I really didn't like the feeling of it. I don't know. It's just that the spacing is too small. I don't have enough space to write all my things, and yeah, I don't think it looks great, so I didn't continue. And there I went back to collage. A little bit of a reflection on this side. More collage. And this is this week. So yeah, this week I have a lot of things that I try to be more mindful of my work days as someone who works for themselves. I'm my own boss. It's very hard to focus and have actual like set hours of work. And yeah, I try to write down all the tasks that I do just to have an idea of how productive the day was. And yep. For the notes pages, I don't use them that much. But when I do, sometimes it's just to make some memory keeping about a specific event that happened. Come on, you can do it. Is it? Oh, okay. There, I tried to make a garden tracker. So we started growing veggies in our yard. And yeah, unfortunately, I didn't keep up with it. But maybe next year, I'll try to be more consistent with it. Another memory keeping entry. I don't know. I just add this picture. I didn't do anything else. And I think that's it. Yeah. I don't really use the notes pages. And that's it. In the back pocket, I keep all of my stickers. And as you saw there, I have my Meowth's Pokemon card. He's so cute. And yeah, so that's all of my journals that I use this year. And next year, I'm going to only do the bullet journal system. I already got my Hobonichi notebook. I will cut it down to size to a B6 again. Yeah, do this little cover to hide the yellow underneath. And yeah, I think I really need the freedom of blank pages. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.